friends, Rebecca the Dragon Librarian here from Farmington Community Library, and Razzie and I are here today to talk to you about some great books that I think you might like to read this summer. I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of an author spotlight today, where we'll talk about one specific author and the books that they've written and why I think you might like them. So the author I wanted to discuss today is actually called Laini Taylor. And the first book I wanted to talk about is called Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Wow, look at that cover. It's pretty awesome, right? This is actually the first book in a trilogy. They are all out right now. The second book is called Days of Blood and Starlight. And the third and last book in the trilogy is called Dreams of Gods and Monsters. What this book is about, it's actually a contemporary fantasy or urban fantasy, meaning that it does take place in a modern city, in this case being Prague, but there are a lot of fantastical elements that go into it as well. It's about a girl named Kaoru, whose hair is bright blue, and she doesn't dye it. No, it actually grows out of her head that way, and you'll find out why when you read the story. She lives with a family of what you might call monsters, but they're really just these fantastic creatures whose jobs is to make wishes for people. I can't give too much more away without doing some spoilers for the books, but this series is one that I have read multiple times over the years because it's just absolutely fabulous. Let me actually read you the very first sentence that hooked me on this book. Very simple on the first page. Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well. And look at that. How powerful it is. Just a single feather with the text. Beautiful, right? This is a story that you don't want to miss. The second one that I'd like to talk to you about is called Strange the Dreamer. Also by Laini Taylor. Strange the Dreamer. And this is actually a duology. So there's two books in this series. Strange the Dreamer and the second one, which is called Muse of Nightmares. Sometimes duologies are nice because it's just the two books and you don't have to wait forever and ever for all the books in a series to come out. So that's kind of nice. This book is pure fantasy. Takes place in an imaginary world that she has created. It's about a young man named Laszlo Strange who has grown up in a library because he's actually an orphan. And his passion is myth and fairy tales. And the reason for that is because there is a land in this world that is very mysterious and magical, and nobody really knows a lot about it because it has been cut off from the rest of the world. But Laszlo Strange dreams about this world, and he dreams about going there and finding out more about it. Let me read you just a little bit about Laszlo, and you'll see why I like him so much. Laszlo couldn't have belonged at the library more truly if he were a book himself. In the days that followed, and in the months and years as he grew into a man, he was rarely to be seen without a book open in front of his face. He read while he walked. He read while he ate. The other librarians suspected he somehow read while he slept, or perhaps didn't sleep at all. On the occasions that he did look up from the page, he would seem as though he were awakening from a dream. Strange the Dreamer, they called him. That dreamer, Strange. And it didn't help that he sometimes walked into walls while reading, or that his favorite books hailed from the dusty sublevel where no one else cared to go. He lifted about with his head full of myths, always about half lost in some other land of a story. Demons and wingsmiths, seraphim and spirits, he loved it all. He believed in magic like a child, and in ghosts like a peasant. His nose was broken by a falling volume of fairy tales his first day on the job, and that, they said, told you everything you needed to know about strange Laszlo Strange. Head in the clouds, world of his own, fairy tales and fancy. This book, and really all the books that Laini Taylor has written, the language in them is beautiful and descriptive, and you just can't help falling in love with the writing as you're reading. This book and the other books that we talked about, they're all available at the Farmington Community Library. So if you are interested in them or any other books, please feel free to put a hold on them. Our curbside service did start this week, so you will be able to pick them up when you are contacted. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.